This is the Savvy Investor radio show and podcast. For help with your retirement, schedule a 15-minute phone conversation with the team at ProStatus Financial Advisors today. Just call 866-597-1040 and at thesavvyinvestorradio.com.
We are going to do this special segment just for you called Milestones and the ages that you need to do certain things at. So we got 6 of them. I understand that the first one is actually a bonus, and you guys are so kind that you're going to give us the bonus one first. So let's start with the first milestone that we need to be aware of and take action on.
All right. So one that you forgot to include is 55, and it's a special caveat. So if you're 55 and separated from service, meaning you no longer work at your employer anymore, you are actually eligible to take penalty-free withdrawals from your 401k or TSP plan, which I think is a very important thing to note going on with everything going on with the voluntary resignation with the federal government. People are concerned, well, if I take an early out and I retire at 55, 56, 57, I can't touch my TSP till I'm traditionally 59 and a half is the magic age to take such distributions where you're not penalized. But there's a special caveat, like I said, the 55 and separated from service, and you have to do it very specifically. So you have to leave that money in your employer plan in order to do a 55 and separated from service distribution. But the rest of the money that you're not planning to use during those years, 55, 56 through 59 and a half, you could roll that over into an IRA. So that's one of the ones I just wanted to point out with everything that's going on with the DOGE and the voluntary resignation program with people's concerns on where to tap that money being younger than 59 and a half. The next one being if you're over 60, so age 60 to 63, you can basically do supersized catch-up contributions to your employer plan. Starting this year, they actually hired the limits. You can do $11,250 for 401ks and in addition to the regular max. And then for simple IRAs, they've increased that supersized contribution to $5,250.
Good.
And then the next milestones would be Social Security, and Sam's going to hit on those for you.
Yep. So we have a range of ages that we like to make sure people will pay attention to when it comes to Social Security. You're eligible to start taking Social Security at age 62. But you have to remember that it does reduce your lifetime benefit by about 30%. So you can start it, but it is a reduced benefit. Then if you look at age 66 to 67, because there's some people that their full retirement age is 66.7, 66.8, but between 66 and 67 is going to be your full retirement age, and you're eligible for your full Social Security benefit without any reduction. And then that leads me to age 70. Age 70 is going to be the age that you're able to receive your maximum Social Security benefit. So there is a range from 62 to 70, and there's not a straight answer on to when you should take it. It's really based upon your plan and based upon your goals. And we could help you figure out what your goals are to then determine when exactly is the most beneficial time to start your Social Security.
Can we talk about that for just a second? Because that is always a big question about Social Security. And when do we take it? When does my spouse take it? There's a lot of questions there. I think there's over 500 some odd ways to take it. You guys have an actual computer program that does all this thinking for us and really gives us a pretty accurate date to when to take it.
Correct. So we're able to put in, a lot of people, they'll come to us and they'll say, look, we know that we want to start Social Security at 65. We type all of our information in, run the scenarios, and we'll see at that moment that, you know what, we could actually potentially start Social Security at age 62 instead. And it might be even more beneficial to gap that income gap. And then we can run alternative scenarios to show, okay, well, what does 62 look like? How much does that affect you? What does 67 look like? What does 70 look like? So yeah, we have the cool software eMoney allows us to do a plethora of things, especially with Social Security.
I gotta imagine that once you guys go through that process, people feel a lot better.
Yes. I think people are shocked a lot of times because they have this idea that they have to start at full retirement age or they have to wait until 70. But we have a ton of clients that we are showing them, well, no, if you start, you retire at 62 and you start Social Security at 62, it actually is a little bit more beneficial for your plan because you're not having to pull from other investments. But again,
Really?
it's not a one size fits all plan. It's really dependent upon what your goals and what your nest egg looks like.
All right. Going over milestones here on the Savvy Investor Radio, important milestones that you need to be aware of. 55 is a very important one. We also talked about 60 to 63, which is supersizing your contributions. And of course, we just talked about Social Security. So we've got two more. And the last milestone we're going to hold over to the next segment. So stay with us because it is very important and it involves taxes. So stay with us on that. So the last one that we'll cover here on this segment is
Medicare.
Magical age of
65.
65.
Yeah. And 65, that's going to be the age that you need to enroll in Medicare, even if you are continuing to work. If you wait longer, your Part B Medicare medical insurance and Part D prescription drug coverage may cost you more money. So we do recommend that you pay attention to that 65 age. We help our clients all the time in Medicare planning. So if you have any questions, please reach out to us.
The last one here that you ladies have for us is a very important one, and it ties into taxes. So let's just start from there at age 73, very important milestone.
Yes. So like I said in the last session, basically 70 and a half used to be the retirement age where you had to start taking required minimum distributions. But
RMDs.
Yeah. People go, huh? When you say that, it's kind of like when,
what does Doge mean?
What does Doge mean? Yeah. So RMD.
Hey, listen, I know ACDC, I know Run DMC, but what is this RMD stuff?
Yeah, so RMD stands for Required Minimum Distribution. Basically, it's your relationship with Uncle Sam. And all the money that you've saved pre-tax into your 401k, your 403b, your TSP, Uncle Sam wants his share of that unpaid tax dollars that you never
I'm shocked.
Well, you're right, when you contributed that money. And they actually, with the Secure Act that was passed at the end of 2019, they changed the Secure Act and then the Secure Act 2.0, they changed the RMD age to age 73. And there's actually some provisions in there now that if you were born after 1960, so if your birthday is 1960 or later, the RMD age is actually 75 now. So it used to be just a straightforward 70 and a half. Now you got to pay attention to when you were born, just like Social Security.
And if you don't take your RMD or you don't satisfy the full RMD, you are penalized 25% on the portion that you have not satisfied on top of taxes that you would have had to pay.
So basically, when this magic age comes about, your RMD, they take the magic formula is you look at all of your IRA, all of your pre-tax savings accounts, your 401ks, 403bs, IRAs, TSPs. You take the total value of those at December 31st, the year before you turned 73, that magic age. And then there's a life expectancy chart where they say that, at age 73, you're expected to live 26 and a half years. So you do this formula and they say, okay, if you have $1 million in IRA money, then you have to take, $50,000 out in RMDs every year, regardless of if you need the income or not. And that RMD is added to your tax return as ordinary income and you pay tax on it. So for a lot of people, that's increasing them from, say, a 22% tax bracket to a 24% tax bracket for money that they don't even need.
If we miss our RMDs, Samantha, you said it was how much of a penalty did we get hit with?
25%. It used to be 50, I believe.
Yeah, it used to be 50, but they changed the rule to 25 now.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, wow. So you really have to pay attention to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Katherine Groce, Samantha Nash, always a pleasure, ladies. Appreciate what you guys are doing. Love what you guys are doing here on the Savvy Investor Radio, helping us make better decisions and retire as best we can. So appreciate that. As always, though, two of you get the final word.
Yes, we love helping people live the retirement they've dreamed of. I'm Katherine Groce. Thank you for listening to the Savvy Investor Radio Show and podcast.
I'm Samantha Nash. We'll see you, the Savvy Investor, next time.
The Advisory services offered through ProStatus Financial Advisors Group, a registered investment advisor. Insurance licensed in Maryland. ProStatus Financial Advisors Group, LLC is not licensed in all 50 states. To find out if ProStatus Financial Advisors Group is licensed in your state, please call 410-863-1040. ProStatus Group, LLC is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through representatives of ProStatus Financial Advisors Group.